Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I want to share with you my updated luxury wish list. Now, you would be forgiven for thinking, Amelia, you have just come back from New York. There have been a series of unboxing videos and hauls. We've seen all the new stuff. How can you possibly have a luxury wish list whenever you have just bought and unboxed that many new things? And I completely and utterly hear that and understand it. But what this luxury wish list is born out of is how much my style is changing and evolving. I think over the next period of time, I am going to see my handbag collection change probably more than I have ever seen it and evolve within a short period of time. I am in the process of putting things together and clearing out and decluttering for a vlog sale, and there's more and more being added to it because there's more and more that I'm realising I am changing the types of bags I want to add in. Now, I am not turning my back on the mini bag. Absolutely not. I love them, I love them, I love them, and they're here to stay. But I think I'm changing my mind and growing a little bit on thinking that every bag has to be a Chanel mini. Every bag has to be a small crossbody rectangle bag because I fully accept that's what I got caught into, and because they bring them out in colours and fabrics and sequenced and all the things, and I'm drawn to those like a magpie, I kept buying them and I just kept adding to my Chanel mini collection, and I think I've realised I want a little bit more variety across the types and styles of bags that I have, and that's where this wish list is coming from. And also, since we came back from New York, I haven't been in stores shopping for quite some time. New York has sparked something inside of me again, and I'm very much enjoying shopping, and I'm shopping a lot, probably more than I want to be shopping, and I'm also becoming, I think, a little bit more brave and experimenting more with my style and the clothes that I'm buying, and I'm wanting to put looks together and I'm wanting to put outfits together, and I think that's also tying into how my wish list has evolved, and there's things on it because I want those things to add in to plug the gaps to be able to put outfits together. So let's get started. And number one on my wish list is the large flap bag from YSL. I have shown this now in two separate videos. I tried this in New York and I tried this on a shopping vlog here in Ireland. I love it. I absolutely love it, and that is a huge change for me. This bag is ginormous. It's huge. It kind of dwarfs me a little bit, but it's cool and it's funky, and it does it in a way that makes a statement and is very chic, and I think just works so well. And what I'm thinking of this bag for, and it hasn't left my mind since I seen it, which is always a bad sign when you live in Amelia land, but what I'm thinking is this, as in I'm almost scared to say this because I feel like I'm betraying my true love bag and my ride or die, but almost as an alternative to the Neverfull. I'm thinking this bag with my work wardrobe. I wear a lot of suits to work. This bag on my shoulder, it would fit my tablet, it would fit my laptop, everything would fit in it. It would be heavy, but so's the Neverfull when you put everything in it. Any bag with that amount of stuff is heavy. So hopefully you're not carrying it for too long. But I think it would look so good with that type of styling, and with winter coats, and it's massive enough to easily get under your arm even when you're wearing a suit jacket and a coat. I love this. I think it's a real vibe. I did originally want the burgundy. I think I've probably come round to the black, thinking just to go with my work wardrobe and the way I want to wear this bag. I think the black would be better. It's not inexpensive. I believe it's £3,250, so it's expensive. It's far more expensive than the Neverfull, but I can't get it out of my mind. I think it's fabulous, and I think for that type of styling and that type of use, I think it's a great bag. Number two is a bag that wasn't really on my radar all that much, but has crept in and is not leaving my mind space, and that is the Loewe squeeze bag. Now, I know that not everybody loves this bag. It has been described as looking like certain pieces of anatomy, but I really like it. It's really growing on me. I really like the small in the burgundy. I think it would look really good crossbody. I think again, if you take the type of look I'm talking about as a suit with a jacket and a coat and that across you in the burgundy, I love the donut type handle. I like that you can extend that chain and make it crossbody. I like the way it sits. Now, I haven't seen this in person and I would want to try it on. I would want the leather part of the bag, the main part of the bag, to kind of hug your body. Now, I don't think the small would fit a laptop, but it would fit certainly a lot more than what a mini bag would fit. And I find myself going back to look at this on the website more and more and more. And this is another bag that's a huge change for me. This is not the type of bag I would have thought I would have ever looked twice at. But I really love it, and I think it looks really, really well. And I can even see it on the shoulder, and yes, this is what I'm talking about as how my style is changing from always having worn small crossbody bags to now having a bit more variety and being open to a bit more of a range of bags. That's not a bad thing, but it's probably going to be an expensive thing. But I do really like this one, and the other Loewe squeeze bag, Amelia. This is when I go back, I suppose, to more my traditional roots as to bags that I love and adore. I keep getting drawn back to the Loewe squeeze strawberry bag, and I can hear the laughter, but the beaded strawberry bag, I just think it's so cool, and I think it's so different and unique, and I think styled properly, worn crossbody or worn on the shoulder or carried, I think it would look pretty fabulous. The only thing about this, two things. One, I think it would be hard to style. The bag itself is so dramatic, and it's not a mini bag in sequence. It's a larger beaded bag, and it's quite clearly a strawberry. And I think that could be quite hard to style. I think you'd have to be careful how you wore that and what you wore that with. That is one difficulty. The second difficulty is the Loewe squeeze in the strawberry is £5,500. For a novelty type bag, that's a huge amount of money. And I would need to know that that was a bag I was going to wear enough and put together enough outfits with to really make that worth it, because it is such a huge amount of money. But I think it could be really cool. And the problem for me is it's living in my head, but also I can picture in my head styling it, and I can picture what it's going to go with. And that's dangerous territory. When I start picturing the bag in my actual wardrobe, that's kind of where you're getting close to the point of no return. The Loewe squeeze in the small, in the burgundy, I think is around £3,000. I think the small and the medium go maybe between £3,000 to £3,300, somewhere in that range. So they're not cheap bags either. They're not inexpensive, but the strawberry beaded version at £5,500, lot of money. The next bag on my wish list is a vintage Fendi baguette, or a baguette that looks like a vintage Fendi baguette, because I know there's some of the reproductions that look very much like the vintage versions. And this is basically all coming from Dale having put me on to Vintage Lover 83's Instagram page. And I did not know that there was an undiscovered hidden gem of colour and sparkle and bead and sequence and fabulousness there. And I had always been very, no, I'm not interested in those vintage Fendi baguettes, and I'm not interested in vintage, and that's just not really up my street. I have converted. I can really see these bags with certain outfits. I'll put a few on because I can't tell you the exact one. I'm thinking of these hand carried. I like the slouch in them. I don't really think I would wear them under my shoulder that much. The strap drop isn't that long. That's probably not how I prefer to wear that bag. But I can see it in the colours and the beads and the sequence with so many things as a hand carry. And I actually picture in my mind just arriving at lunch and dropping it down on the table, and it's a moment and it arrives and it looks fabulous. So ever since I've discovered that Instagram page, Vintage Lover 83, I have been on that a lot. And one of these vintage type baguettes is definitely crept onto my wish list. Next bag on my wish list is the Alma that I saw in New York in the striped vernet. And I didn't buy it in New York because I had bought so much stuff. And I was like, you need to stop. And here I am making a luxury wish list video. But this is a vintage, I believe, and it's vernet with pink and red stripes. I think it's a vibe. I can imagine wearing this and styling this with so many things. Probably not crossbody, more as a handheld bag. I just love it, and I think as a different bag with a little bit of interest in the vernet, if I can get it at the right price in good condition, I think this bag is something I would like to track down. The one that I didn't buy in New York, I think worked out around about £1,600, £1,700. It will depend what price I can get it at and the condition, but I think this is really cool, and I can see it, and it's firmly made its way onto my wish list. And the next bag on my wish list is one that's been on my wish list for a while, and I'm going to put it in here because it's still on my radar if I can come across it, and it is the Fendi First in the pink stripes that Meredith has. I think this bag is beautiful. I just think it's so cool and funky. I love the stripes. It would be handheld. I don't really like the Fendi First crossbody. Again, showing how my style's evolving. But this bag has never let me go. And it's one of the bags I would steal from Meredith's collection. I think it's fabulous and it's just still living in there. The next thing on my wish list is a piece of ready to wear from Prada, and it's exceptionally expensive. And that's why I haven't bought it. And it is this leather Prada bomber jacket. I think it's absolutely fabulous. It's in the style of a varsity jacket. It has the great big P here in yellow. There's a little Prada on the back, I think, but that's the main branding, just the P. It's a worn leather look. It looks like it's been worn in. It's the sort of jacket I think would only get better with age. This is the sort of jacket I think you're going to be wearing for years and years and years, because that leather is just going to look better and better and better. I think this is absolutely exceptionally beautiful. I love it. And since I came across this jacket, again, can picture styling it and can't get it out of my head, but it's £6,100. It's a huge amount of money, but it's living rent free in my head, and I think it's so fabulous. Next piece on my wish list are a pair of knee-high boots, and I want to be able to wear them all the time, so not with high heels. And one pair I've seen that I really like and I want to try are these boots from Kurt Geiger. They are a very small heel. They look as if the body of the leg of the boot will be quite wide, and I need that because I don't want them tight to my leg. I want the boot to almost be wider than my leg, if that makes sense, and I want the boot to stand almost straight on its own when it's on your leg. And I really like these ones. If the ones from Kurt Geiger work, I think I'll probably get these. They're £295, which is a better price than a lot of the other things that we're talking about. But I think they could work very, very well with either black leggings underneath them or a short skirt with tights. I just think these boots are missing in my wardrobe, and there's outfits I want to put together that I think these would work very, very, very well with. Sticking with boots, I love these black Vuitton ankle boots. I think they're in the region of £850 or £900. They're very, very beautiful. They're a very sleek looking black ankle boot. They do have a block heel. The heel is not that high. This is the sort of heel that I could wear regularly. And I think these would go very, very well either with denim, with jeans, with short skirts, with tights. I can imagine these being styled in my head. And I think that I probably will get these because I have a number of points sitting on my Brown Thomas card that are about to expire. And that would be like wasting money whenever you can just order something with them. So I think what I'm probably going to order with my Brown Thomas points are these Vuitton boots, although there's a couple of other pairs I want to look at first. But I think it'll be these. I just think they would be so simple looking that they would go with so many outfits. They're quite sleek. The outfit's going to do the talking, and these are just going to work well with it. And you're going to have that peak of red underneath the sole and the heel. These I think are pretty high up the list of probably going to get very soon because those points are going to expire, and I don't think you could go wrong with a pair of boots like these. The last thing on my updated luxury wish list that for me is very different than what it normally was. It was normally small crossbody bags, and I definitely think I'm moving away from that a bit and starting to look at other things. And I have on my wish list now some fine jewellery. I'm probably going to make a video of my fine jewellery wish list because I'm still researching a lot of the pieces that I would like to add. And why this has come into my mind is in a very short period of time, it will be my 10-year wedding anniversary, and my husband and I are going to Paris to celebrate our anniversary. He has never been, so I'm very excited about that. It'll be like seeing Paris again, I think almost like the first time through somebody's eyes that hasn't been. There'll be a lot of touristy stuff done. There will be some shopping, and I will hopefully take you along and vlog the luxury shopping. And I am looking for our anniversary maybe a piece of fine jewellery rather than another bag, because I buy myself so many bags. I wanted something that's quite special. So I'm looking for maybe a ring, maybe a bracelet. I'm still going between a lot of the pieces that I'm looking at online, but this is high on my wish list, would be a piece of fine jewellery for our anniversary. And when I do narrow this down a bit, I will make a fine jewellery wish list, because when you start going down that rabbit hole, there is so much beautiful, beautiful jewellery out there and pieces to add and sparkle. But some of them are very, very expensive, but I think some of them are stunning. So I definitely want to add a new piece of fine jewellery For our anniversary, I think that would be quite special, and that's the last thing on my updated luxury wish list. Does this surprise you? If you've watched me for a while and know my collection, does this wish list surprise you whenever normally it was filled with small crossbody bags? It surprised me, and I do think definitely my style is evolving and changing a little bit, and that's leading to bags going to go out for these new styles to go in. And I suppose I now, looking back, think, why did you ever think you needed 13 bags or 12 bags in the exact same style? Because they were all different, the colours were different, the styles were different, and I'm not getting rid of all of them, but I definitely think I don't need quite so many in the same shape and style. Let me know what you think. This has been a little bit of a journey for me and coming around to this way of thinking. Let me know what you think about the choices on this wish list, and are you surprised that it has changed quite a bit? If you've enjoyed this in any way, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care, and I will see you again in the next one.